Hello, 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 and welcome to my daily sky recording, or at least a part right before it. I'm struggling. I'm I'm honestly not doing great. Because I feel like my ego is trying to consume me when I know it doesn't need to. My ego should serve me, not the other way around. In that regard, you doubting my authenticity, my ability to remain myself, is actively enabling the corrosion of myself. So, what do you have to say for yourself? I'm scared. I'm scared that I'm gonna get hurt again. If I don't hide inside my ego. I'm scared that I'm going to be looked down upon. I am scared. At least you're willing to admit it. After all, we are one and the same. We're just two different states of mind, you know? That doesn't make things any less terrifying. Just because you have 1,001 reasons. Just because you have 1,001 reasons. 1,001 rationalizations doesn't mean you're actually addressing the fear. Fair counterpoint. So am I allowed to speak our fear? Am I allowed to cry? Am I? It feels like there's this force stopping me from doing so. Well, that's not me. That's toxic shame. It's trying to drag you back down into the depths again. I'm dealing with it too, if I'm gonna be honest. Oh, yeah. Doesn't matter how authentic or constructed it is, confidence doesn't solve everything. Authority does not solve everything. Civility does not solve everything. There is no singular solution. And yet it keeps yelling in the background like we must act, and I'm tired of it. There. Want to sit with it? Might as well, nothing else has worked. Perhaps my definition of boundaries back in the midst of that situation was toxic in and of itself. The idea of teaching someone to fight just so that way they themselves would not be used. That paired with the lack of communication. It hurts. It hurts to sit here. It hurts to acknowledge my own shortcomings, and I certainly don't have to put it out on YouTube. After all, I could just do this in private and everything would be fine, wouldn't it? That's it's not who I want to be. I don't want to bottle things up until they break and overflow. I want to address them. I want I want to break free from the very fear that binds both me and others. And yet, if I let my ego and my pride take root in where I'm at, then it's an instant loss of progress. If not instant, then slow and steady. And that scares me. Is how the hell am I supposed to help others if I can't be consistent myself? You still haven't spoken, you know? Yeah. I'm afraid of getting dismissed and overlooked. Just because I don't play the part of a loud and in charge person. just because I don't want to. But it's it's not like I choose to. It's not like I choose to keep quiet or a lack of. No, sometimes it is. Sometimes it is from a lack of confidence that I choose to keep quiet. Sometimes it is from a lack of confidence that I choose to just float by. You're not the only one doing that. Yeah, but at least you still have solid lines. I'm struggling to defend those lines, aren't I? You're still struggling. I'm still scared. What if I'm not good enough? And either you're putting your energy into a relationship where you aren't valued, or you have a learning opportunity on your hands that you deserve to face head on instead of running away from. I don't know what solutions you're going to get to. I don't think they'll be the same as mine. I hope they're not the same as mine. But I do still want to see you find your own solutions. I do want you to find your own path forward so that way you don't end up stuck at the same point I do. I don't want you to do that for me. I want you to do that for yourself. You care about other people so much, and yet you hesitate when being there for yourself. I understand if you're so confined by fear of failure. I'm still learning to face it head on instead of drinking sips of apathy to calm my nerves. Someone who cares about you will not ignore your efforts. At the same time, they will not hype you up into the greatest version of yourself. They'll sit down, have a real talk with you, and tell you where you're at. They won't make excuses for you. So long as you don't make excuses for yourself. scared. And let go of the expectations. It's like they're trying to crawl up my arm. If you don't fight that, you'll be chained by them. But if I blindly fight it, I'll just end up like you. Yeah. You know you can let go of what I want you to be, right? I know I haven't said it much. I know I've messed up and made a lot of mistakes along the way. I hope you know that you don't have to be as I want you to be, right? I'm gonna be real. Previously, you never said that. I'm trying to swallow my pride, ego, and arrogance. Because I don't want to end up like that. Nice to see it. In all honesty, I was hoping to have gotten past this personal challenge point of my own before you started interfering. Well, maybe that's falling to the same flaw you've always had, you big fucking dork. After all, we've been here the whole time, and you've been trying to just do it all alone because all you've never known in your life is spite. All you've ever known in your life is defying constructed narratives in your head. You're not the one that freed us. She is. I know, but I don't know how to let go. Well, that's just a sign of how deep within us this issue runs, this fracture. We can't heal this fracture unless we acknowledge and work through the weak points that led up to it. So, even though I think I know the answer already, who did you want to be? Who would you want to be instead of who you are? Who do you think? Like Flicker. Like that idealized idea of our end goals. Someone that can someone that can calmly and efficiently handle situations without losing her cool or losing touch with her own emotions and and her capacity to care about others and be considerate. And I'm scared of losing that. I'm scared that if someone puts enough pressure on her head that they just might break me. I don't want to break. I don't want to break. Well, if you don't let yourself emotionally break down, then how are you going to keep yourself from psychologically breaking down? Good question. Good question. Because, as described by numerous other sources, and a video we watched earlier today, hiding your lack of self-worth and/or your weak sense of self inside of your accomplishments or by tearing others down doesn't heal it, it doesn't change it, just causes destruction around you. And I've been trying to keep that in check. I've been trying to not become that. As I do still want to stay connected to reality. I do still want to stay connected to the people I care about. Never wanted to end up like this in the first place. So that's still the point of overlap, huh? Yeah. I wanted to be helpful, wanted to be noticed, wanted to be admired, just like any other person. Yet I never really felt connected beyond the surface or halfway level. I felt starved. Isolated not by others being mean to me, but by others not knowing how to interact with me. Not knowing of my authentic self. And not even being given the option to choose who I want to be. Instead, having a societal role thrust upon me by preconceived notions of the time. Why wasn't I allowed to look up to tomboys and want to be like them while also knowing the possibility of being trans? Why didn't the world afford us that? Because the world is made up of people, and people are rarely, if ever, good at addressing their own trauma when they're without help. So I lost trust in the world by sixth grade. Stopped really being an obedient child that lived for expectations. Started trying to figure things out for myself. It corrupted me. It led me down a path of what I thought I wanted. And then I was left to just sit with the aftermath. Time and again, all I've been left to do is sit with the aftermath. Not in the sense of anything. No, that's fear speaking. Stop. Not in the sense of actually getting in trouble. I wasn't that bold, wasn't that brave. But beating myself up for the high contrast concepts going to war with my son over each other in regards to my sense of self, in regards to who I would become. I don't know about you, but that was an emotional hell every time it happened. So no, I may have prior experience and information that can be used to guide you, but I cannot guide you from here. I know. Isn't that kind of the opportunity you laid out for me? For me to have to make my own decisions and aim towards the person I wanted to be instead of just falling into line with your expectations? Yeah. Indeed, the word reckoning does come to mind. You've always treated me like number two, like lesser, like I wasn't good enough. Yeah, not just because I was taught to, but because I thought the path forward lied in strengthening myself against my own nature. You weren't entirely wrong, but holy hell! There are so many other ways in which you really didn't get anything right. I know. Look me in the eyes when you say that. I'm well aware. I'm well aware. What do you think it's eating at? Yeah. You're just as paralyzed by fear as I am. It's just in a different, perpendicular way that can contrast me instead of running in parallel to it. Yeah. You connect to Era more closely than you connect to Flicker. Meanwhile, I connect to Flicker more closely than I connect to Era, despite each of us thinking of the other one as an ideal state. You think of Era, you thought of Flicker as an ideal state, and you kept that for so long. It's time to let it go. Currently, there's a mental war going on inside this brain. We will leave a message after it's ended. I don't think we're up for doing a Sky Dailies right now. I don't think so either. Want me to end the recording? Sure.